Your daily caloric intake depends on your resting metabolic rate, your physical activity level, and the thermic effect of food. Your resting metabolic rate is the rate of calories you burn at rest during digestion and respiration and blood pumping. Physical activity is the amount of work or exercise you do per day, and the thermic effect of food is mainly driven by the amount of protein and carbs that you eat. What's up, everybody? I'm Dr. Jordan Weber, and today you're going to figure out how to calculate your caloric intake. First thing you're going to do is calculate your resting metabolic rate, or your RMR. You're going to use the Harris Benedict Equation for that. As you see here at the top of the board, we have RMR via the Harris Benedict Equations. First, you need to figure out your height in centimeters. So the average American man is 5'9", and women is 5'4", or 176 and 162 centimeters. So for an average American man, we have 90 kilograms, a female 77 kilograms. So for males, it's 66 plus 5 times your height in centimeters, plus 13.8 times your weight in kilograms, minus 6.8 times your age in numerals. So if you're 30, just put 30 there. For females, it's 655 plus 1.8 times your height, plus 9.6 times your weight, minus 4.7 times your age. So let's go ahead and look at the average American man. We have 66 plus 5 times 176, plus 13.8 times 90 kilograms, minus 6.8 times 30, and we did 30 years old, and we get 2,000 calories. So at rest, if you're doing nothing and you're a guy, most likely you're burning around 2,000 calories. For females, we have 655 plus 1.8 times 163 plus 9.6 times 77 minus 4.7 times 30 at the age, which gets you 1,550. Now these are estimates, like I said. So females are about 1,500 calories and males are about 2,000 calories at rest per day. You're going to add that to your physical activity level. We've taken the resting metabolic rate and calories times your activity multiplier. So what we're doing is we're taking the average male and female and multiplying that by very light, moderate, heavy, or vigorous activity. For example, if you're a male and your resting metabolic rate is an average of 2,000 times 1.7 at a moderate intensity every day, you're burning about 3,400 calories plus about 3,400 calories plus about 340 or 10%, which is your thermic effect of food. Based on those 3,400 calories, you're going to have it set 3,740 or 3,740 calories per day you can have to maintain your weight. Okay, that's if you're at around 200 pounds, and that's if you're at about 5'9". Now yours can be below this or higher than this, so you have to take your own calculations from the beginning and do your own to see where you're at. For females, we have 1,550 times 1.6, so we did moderate again, and we got 2,480, and we added the 248 or 10% from the thermic effect of food, and we got 2,728. So the daily caloric need for average 30-year-olds, male 3,740, females 2,728, and this is based on a 5'9" and a 5'4", male and female, and a 200-pound and a 170-pound. You can put in your own resting metabolic rate equation through the Harris Benedict equation by going to the beginning of the video and basically figuring out how many calories you should be eating per day. Now, what we're going to do is synthesize where these calories should come from and what you should be eating next. Here's a breakdown of our carbohydrates, fats, and protein for the men and women averages. For men, 3,740, and we got that number from adding our resting metabolic rate, our activity rate, and also our thermic effect of food. We're going to multiply that by 0.60, which is 60%, which is going to be 2,244 calories. So we should be eating 2,244 calories of carbohydrates per day, and each gram of carbohydrate represents 4 kilocalories that it takes to burn the carbs. So what we do is divide that by 4, and we get 561 grams. So there's 561 grams of carbohydrates, and 2,244 calories of carbohydrates. So 60% of our daily recommended intake should be carbohydrates. So taking 3,740 and multiplying by 0.60 is getting 60% of our carbohydrates, which is going to be 561 grams. And if you eat 4 meals, it's going to be 140 grams of carbohydrates. So we're looking to try to get 100 grams of carbohydrates that are complex and about 40 grams that are simple. For women, 2,728 times 0.60, or 60%, is 1,636 calories from carbohydrates. Dividing that by 4, getting 409 grams of carbohydrates, or dividing it by 4 again and getting 100 grams per 4 meals. So if you eat 4 meals, 100 grams for women, 140 grams for men, or for your average intake. For fats, we have men 3,740 times 0.30, and that's going to be 1,122 calories. For fat, it takes 9 calories to burn 1 gram of fat, so it's 125 grams of fat per day, and dividing that by 4 is about 31 grams per meal. For women, it's 2,728 times 0.30, or 30%, equals 818 calories, or 91 grams of fats per day, and that's going to equal 23 grams per meal. Okay. Now it's really important that we eat carbohydrates because it helps us, gives us energy. It's what we utilize for energy, and fats are really important for insulating the organs and transporting hormones, and fats are also protective in that they help transmit signals across the body. Okay, so making sure that you're getting adequate fat and carbohydrates. For protein, you're at 10%. So men, 3,740 times 0.10, or 10%, is 374 calories. Divide that by 4 because it's 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So 94 grams for men per day and 23 per meal. And women, 2,728 times 10% is 273, divided by 4 is 68 grams per day. Divide that by 4 is about 17 grams per meal if you're having about 4 meals. So this is the daily recommended intake for the average men and woman. And this is going to look at carbohydrates, fats, and protein intake from calories and grams, and if you ate 4 meals per day. Alright, so what might 4 meals look like that have different rates of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins? So meal 1, we have oats, berries, fruit, nuts, seeds, eggs, and lean meats. Meal 2, we have fruit, vegetables, yogurt or hummus, rice, bean, burrito. Meal 3, we have grainy snacks, nuts and seeds, vegetables or fruit, lean meat or fish. And then meal 4, we have fresh salad with dressing, complex carbs, sweet potato, poultry or fish, and hearty cooked food. I also have your dinner courses. I have 3 cheat meals and 4 made meals, meaning that 3 meals you eat during the course of a week. You can eat whatever you want. Who cares? 4, make your meals for your dinner. Basically what we have here is calories in versus calories out. There's a scale, okay, and whether you eat 1,000 calories of carbs or 1,000 calories of fats, they're all gonna be calories at the end of the day. Okay, so all calories are converted to fat and are stored as fat. So protein becomes fat, carbohydrates become fat, and fats don't really need to transition that much. They're already fat, and so that's why the thermic effect of fat is very low, and the thermic effect of protein is very high because it's very complex. So what we're going to see here is your calories out are expressed by your resting metabolic rate, which is 60% of your daily caloric need. Activity is 30% of your daily caloric need, and 10% is your daily caloric need for how many calories you're burning through food. So basically, yeah, here we have calories in, calories out.